Hey everyone, in this video I will show you how to crochet this super cool mohair sweater. It's made out of mohair and acrylic yarn. It's like a mix of it. I used about 5 balls of yarn and a 9mm crochet hook. So let's get right into this video now. We start our project with a very simple slip knot. So like this, and I just pull it tight. And I'm going to insert my 9mm crochet hook into the loop that we just made. You can also pull it a little bit tighter, and I hold the yarn with my left hand like this. And we start by making chains, so I just grab the yarn and pull it through the loop that is on my hook. That was chain number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. So you just always grab the yarn and pull it through the loop that is on your hook. And we need 46 chains in total. So I will continue with my row of chains, and then I will meet you when I get my 46 chains ready. So these are my 46 chains, and now we are going to skip the last 2 chains that we just made. So this one right here and this one, we are going to skip it, and we work into the 3rd stitch away from the hook. For this, I yarn over and insert my hook into the stitch. I grab the yarn and pull it through the loop. Now I got 3 loops on my hook. I yarn over, pull through 2 loops on my hook, yarn over again, pull through 2. So now you just made your very first double crochet. And again, let's make it into the next stitch right here, into the hole right here. You can see right there. Yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull it through. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. You got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again and pull through 2. So 2 double crochets. And now we just continue. Always into the next stitch you place 1 double crochet, yarn over, grab the yarn, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through 2. And that's it. Those are the stitches. Just place 1 double crochet into each stitch. Always into the loops that you see right here. Now you just continue crocheting until the end of the row, and then I will meet you again. I got 1 stitch left until the end of this row, so I'm going to place my last double crochet right here. And if you count your stitches now, you should have 44 double crochets, because we started with 46 chains, skipped 2 chains, so now you should have 44 double crochets. And you can also see we just made row number 2. At the end of each row you always make 2 chains, so 1, 2, and now I'm going to turn my project around. This is the back side of the stitches. And now something happens. Whenever the beginning tail is on your right side, we are going to make front loop double crochets. I'm going to show it to you now. So you yarn over as usual, and normally you would crochet into the stitch right here, into the loop. What we are going to do now is we are only crocheting into the front loop of the stitch. So this is the front and this is the back, the front loop. So just the front loop. So you are going to go under, and just right here into the front loop you are going to make a double crochet. Again, yarn over, front loop, this is the front loop, this is the back loop, into the front loop. You just have one loop on your hook. Again, front loop only, right here. Again, front loop. So here I'm just casually crocheting row number 3, double crochets into the front loop. So here we are at row number 3 at the end. I got 1 stitch left, so I make my last front loop, double crochet in here, and you know the game, just make 2 chains at the end of each row. I'm going to turn over my project. So now we are at the front side again, and you see the tail, the beginning tail is now on your left side. We are at row number 4. So now we are crocheting on the front side. We are going to make back loop double crochets. So before we crocheted into the front loop, and now we are crocheting into the back loop, right here and here and here. So now we are doing the opposite. So I yarn over, this is the back loop, I go like from the top into the back loop, and I place my double crochet right there, again into the back loop. You can see it very well here, into the back loop always. And yeah, I just continue with row number 4. Yeah, row number 4 it is. We created those like hills, I don't know what to call it, because we are alternating between front loop double crochets and back loop double crochets. Alright, so here I am at the end of row number 4. Officially, you see it's only 1, 2, 3 rows, but I'm also counting the row of chains. And oh yeah, those were my previous stitches. You can see the back loops here very well. So in the end, of course, I make 2 chains, and now I turn my project. This is your sign again. This is the beginning tail, and it's now on the right side. It's right here. So this means we are making front loop double crochets. So right here into the front loop. As I mentioned before, you always alternate the stitches every row. So this is row number 5. This means you make this means you make front loop double crochets. You can also use this formula. So whenever you're crocheting a row with an uneven number, so right now it's row number 5, then you place your double crochets into the front loop, and whenever you are crocheting a row with an even number, which will be the next row, row number 6, then you make double crochets into the back loop. But right now we are here at row number 5, and I make them in the front loop. This is basically the pattern. Into the front loop, and next row do them into the back loop, I got one stitch left for this row, and again I make 2 chains, turn my project around. Now this is the front side again, because the beginning tail is on your left side. Row number 6, so this means we make double crochets into the back loop. So back loop, double crochets. And then you do that for some more rows, and then I will meet you again. Alright, so I continued crocheting until I got 22 rows in total. So this was our first row with the chains, and then I got 21 rows with double crochets, and one row has the 44 double crochets. So this was the front panel, and you need another one because this is going to be the back panel. So just do this twice. Okay, so for the sleeves we start exactly the same as we did for the main body part. You make a slip knot and then you grab your crochet hook and you start by making chains, but this time we need 56 chains in total. So we add 10 more than we did before. And then it's just the same procedure, so you skip the last 2 stitches and work your first double crochet into the 3rd stitch away from the hook. This is row number 2 that we are starting right now, and you do the exact same thing as before. So all the stitches are the same. At the end of the row you should have 54 double crochets, and then you make 2 chains, and we start with row number 3. You start with the front loop double crochets, continue that until the end of the row. And in row number 4 you do back loop double crochets and so on, so you also always alternate, and you have an exact same piece as the one we did before. Alright, so I continued crocheting until I have 16 rows in total. The 16 rows, they consist of the first row, which is the row of chains, and then there are 15 rows of double crochets. So it's 16 in total, and this is the first sleeve. And of course, we need the second sleeve, so you make the exact same panel again. Okay, it's time to put everything together. So this is the back panel. I'm turning it from this way. We crocheted it this way, and I'm turning it so the rows go from top to bottom. Back panel, front panel, the first sleeve, the second sleeve. And now we can start by crocheting everything together. Let's start with the sleeves. These are my 16 rows. You can see right here, this is the beginning tail and this is where I ended. This will be the outside of my sleeve. Just fold it in half. So this is where I ended, this is where I started, and I just fold it in half and make sure that your beginning tail is on your left side. We crochet this together and then we turn it inside out. Now I just insert my hook into the stitch right here. I didn't make any 2 chains in the end. Then insert my hook into the very first stitch right here. And I also inserted on the other side. There's also the very first stitch. I grab the yarn and pull it through. I got 2 loops on my hook and I yarn over and pull through both loops. So we crochet it together with single crochets. So I insert it right here and then on the other side and make a single crochet. Again, next stitch on this side, next stitch on the other side. You can also sew it together with a needle and a thread, but I like crocheting it together. It's also very fast. because I always go into the stitch on one side and then on the other side right there. Yeah, it's very simple, crocheting the sleeves together. So this is my last stitch, my last single crochet, and now I just make one chain. I cut the yarn and I just pull it through, and now I turn it inside out. I do the exact same thing now with my other sleeve panel. So the two sleeves are all like crocheted together. Now we can focus on the front and back panel. You lay them down on the table, and this is where we started. This is the beginning tail. You can see this is the row of chains that we made. And right here there's also the beginning tail. So we got the front side and front side facing us. What we do now is I turn them around and I turn them around. So now the right side is facing the table, and I turn them clockwise like this and like this. So the beginning tail is now on the bottom left. This is the place where we're going to make a small seam, and this is the hole for the head. So you grab your crochet hook and some yarn, grab it, and then you just insert it into, I don't know, somewhere right here, just like into the corner stitch. Insert it there, and then on the other side also into the last stitch. This piece and the other piece on my hook, I grab my yarn and I put it onto the hook. I hold it and I pull the yarn through the stitches. Now I wrap them around my hook and pull it again through the loop. Now we just connected the yarn. We can start by crocheting it together. So again, into the exact same stitch, I insert my hook to the other side right there. I got 2 loops on my hook, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now I just crochet those pieces together. Although there are no real stitches, I just insert my hook somewhere right here on this side, and then on the other side I'm going to insert it there, and I just crochet those pieces together. I'm going to do this hole right here, and on the other side I'm going to insert it there. So I already got 4 single crochets, 4 stitches crocheted together, and in the video I did 7 stitches together, but I recommend doing like 12 single crochets on each side. So yeah, I think this is enough. So what I do, I make 1 chain in the end and cut my yarn. Okay, so this side is crocheted together. I just turn everything around, do the exact same thing like I did here. I insert my hook into the corner, right here, into the other corner. I grab my yarn and connect it, and into the exact same stitch I'm going to do my single crochet. And now I just also make 7 single crochets to connect the 2 panels together. This is how it looks so far. Those are our seam lines. If you turn it like this, then the pullover is, this is how it's going to look in the end. But we have to open it again. The seam lines are facing you, so you see them. Now I'm going to lift them up and fold them, and it's still inside out. So those are the 2 nice sides, and it's inside out. So you can still see your seam lines here and there. Now we can connect the sleeves. So I already connected one sleeve. The whole project is still inside out. You can see the seam line right here. Grab my other sleeve and I also turn it inside out. You can see the seam line where we made the single crochets. It's also easy to fold it right here onto the seam line. This is the shoulder part. This is where your head is going through. And we start down here, front and back panels on top of each other. Insert my hook into one side and then the other side. I got those two pieces onto my crochet hook. Yeah, I'm starting from the bottom. And then I connect my yarn to my project again, wrap it around, pull it through. So this is the side, and again into the very first stitch I go into again and again here, and I just start by making single crochets. And what's really great when we're crocheting it together, because you can see those are the stitches, so it's easier to find your seam line when you just crochet together every stitch. So one on this side and one on the other side. So insert it into this stitch and then the same on the other side. Continue my way, and then we can connect the stitches, the sleeves. So I crocheted my way up, and now I leave a hole right here. Everything I do now is just based on eyeballing measurements. We can attach it right here. So you just crochet until you got a hole that is as big as your sleeve, until you got that left. I'm going to connect this top side with the top side of the sleeve. So my sleeve, this is my seam line from the sleeve, and it's laying flat on the ground. So my first stitch is going into the sleeve. I just choose from the top side a random hole right there, and my next stitch is going into the top of the panel right there, and I just connect this with single crochets. One stitch into the sleeve and then one stitch into the front panel there, and connect it with a single crochet. Now the sleeve is already connected. Again, one stitch into the sleeve, I don't know, somewhere here, and one stitch into the front panel. Again, into the sleeve and into the front panel. Sleeve, front panel, and then single crochet into the sleeve, into the front panel, and a single crochet. The sleeve is connected, and crochet those parts together. Okay, so I made half of the sleeve. This is my last seam I have to make right here. The sleeve is attached from this side, and now I only need to connect this side again. My last stitch is going to be somewhere here. I think everything is connected now. The sleeve is connected. So in the end you just make one chain and then you cut the yarn. I can just pull the yarn through the loop, make everything tight, and now it's time to turn everything inside out. The seams are no longer visible. Oh, and of course you also have to attach the other sleeve. I already did it before. And this is it. We are finally done with this super cool sweater. And if you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out any new crochet tutorials. I will see you next time.